kunja vihari. Jaya Radha Madhava kunja vihari. Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari. Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana. Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana. Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava kunja vihari. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jai Harinam Sankirtan ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भगवद-गीता की। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। So we are reading from chapter 10, The Opulence of the Absolute, text 33. Akṣarāṇām a-kārośmi. Akṣarāṇām a-kārośmi. Dvandva sāmāsikasya ca, dvandva sāmāsikasya ca, aham evākṣayaḥ kālo, aham evākṣayaḥ kālo, dhātāhaṁ viśvato-mukhaḥ, dhātāhaṁ viśvato-mukhaḥ. akṣarāṇām a-kārośmi, dvandva sāmāsikasya ca, aham evākṣayaḥ kālo, dhātāhaṁ viśvato-mukhaḥ. akṣarāṇām a-kārośmi, dvandva sāmāsikasya ca, aham evākṣayaḥ kālo, dhātāhaṁ viśvato-mukhaḥ. akṣarāṇām a-kārośmi. aham viśvato-mukhaḥ. Mataji's? Not visible maybe. Okay. Word by word meaning. akṣarāṇām, of letters. A-kāraḥ, the first letter. Asmi, I am. Dvandva, the dual. Sāmāsikasya, of compounds. Cha, and. Aham, I am. Eva, certainly. akṣayaḥ, eternal. kālaḥ, time. dhātā, the creator. aham, I am. viśvata-mukhaḥ, Brahmā. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti-Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Of letters, I am the letter A, and among compound words, I am the dual compound. I am also inexhaustible time, and of creators, I am Brahmā. Please repeat. Of letters, I am the letter A, and among compound words, I am the dual compound. I am also inexhaustible time, and of creators, I am Brahmā. Purport. A-kāra, the first letter of the Sanskrit alphabet, is the beginning of the Vedic literature. Without a-kāra, nothing can be sounded. Therefore, it is the beginning of sound. In Sanskrit, there are also many compound words, of which the dual word, like rāma-kṛṣṇa, is called dvandva. In this compound, the words Ram and Krishna have the same form, and therefore the compound is called dual. Among all the kinds of killers, time is the ultimate because time kills everything. Time is the representative of Krishna because in due course of time there will be a great fire and everything will be annihilated. Among the living entities who are creators, Brahmā, who has 4 heads, is the chief. Therefore, he is the representative of the Supreme Lord Krishna. Om ajnānatimirandhasya jnānāñjana shalakaya chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai shri gurve namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advait Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Thank you. So the chapter is entitled The Opulence of the Absolute, and we are hearing this from last at least 3 weeks, and it is about describing the opulence of the Lord, vibhutis. It is also called bhakti-yoga. So, in different way, before to this, in 9 chapters, Krishna has given different subjects. But here Arjuna is asking him again specific question that please tell me in detail of your divine opulences by which you pervade all these worlds. Arjuna has accepted him as Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is accepting Krishna as Supreme Personality. But still he is asking more, that please tell us the way which we can see you, that he is all pervading. O Krishna, Supreme Mystic, how shall I constantly think of you? Because Krishna wants that we think about him all the time. Mam nusmara yuddhacha is instructing Arjuna that whatever you do, think of me. So now Arjuna is asking him, how shall I constantly think of you? And how shall I know you? In what various forms are you to be remembered, O Supreme Personality of Godhead? O Janardana, please describe in detail the mystic power of your opulences. I am never satiated in hearing about you, for the more I hear, the more I want to taste the nectar of your words. So, this is how Arjuna is asking on behalf of all of us, and he is intelligently posing these questions to the Lord so that the readers of Bhagavad-Gita can get this advantage of knowing more about the Lord, His opulences, and so that we can think of Krishna 24 hours a day. And how can we see Krishna, that is all pervasive? These are the three pertinent questions Arjuna is asking, and then now Krishna is describing from verse number 20, we are already in 33, we will go up to text 42, where Krishna will keep describing about his unlimited qualities, and he says that my qualities, my opulences are unlimited, it has no limits, but I will mention few of them. So Krishna starts describing various categories, and in these categories he is showing that he is the best among the category. And then it does not mean that he is only the best among the category, but everything that exists in the category is also Krishna. So the point we are trying to understand here from this chapter is that in a way everything material or spiritual is just energy of the Lord. So we cannot think that we cannot see Krishna. And then it also does not mean that we have to start speculating. So Krishna is describing very specifically in the Bhagavad-Gita how we can see Krishna. So he is describing one by one. We are hearing since last few days. So the purpose of Bhagavad-Gita is to make us Krishna conscious. So this is what Krishna was aiming to achieve from Arjuna, that whatever he is doing, he is meditating on Krishna and doing. So as we know, in Bhagavad-Gita, Arjuna was bewildered in the beginning, as we are all, most of us. We are also bewildered, maybe some part of the day, maybe most part of the day, or some part of the life, or maybe most part of our life, we don't know. That is specific to each of us. So, but Arjuna was enacting this role play of bewilderment, and he was unable to decide what to do. And so Krishna wonderfully was singing this song. Bhagavad-Gita is a song sung by Lord for his dear devotee Krishna, and at the end of the song Arjuna could surrender. Arjuna surrendered to the teachings, and he accepts Krishna as a Supreme Personality, and this is what is expected from the readers of Bhagavad-Gita also, that we come to this point of surrenderance. If we just can't relate that Krishna is a Supreme Personality, and the Supreme Personality can only protect us, the Supreme Personality can only give us shelter, that means we are not understanding the real purport of Bhagavad-Gita. So, due to our conditionings, it is very, very difficult for us to arrive or to reach to this point of surrenderance. So there are so many pastimes performed by the Lord. We are reading in Bhagavatam every day. Any pastime which we meditate on is just bringing us to the point of surrenderance. Like yesterday we were discussing this Gajendra. He was trying so much. How many 1,000 years he tried? Fighting the crocodile for 1,000 years. But he could not protect himself. But the moment he took shelter, the moment he accepted that only Krishna is the protector, that moment he was protected. It is not that it will take a lifetime for us to understand that Krishna. If we decide now that, okay, Krishna, I surrender to you, like Draupadi again. Draupadi was trying very hard. All her husbands were there. So many great Kshatriyas were present. But till the time she depicted this mood of surrender on the Lord, even with her own effort she tried, but Krishna was just not intervening. So this is what Krishna is expecting from us after understanding Bhagavad-Gita, that we surrender to the instructions given by him and try to live our life on that principles. So the moment Draupadi realized this, or the moment she with her consciousness was feeling helpless, and even though her husbands were present there, still she was feeling helpless, and she called for help from the Lord Krishna. And though Krishna was in Dwarka at that time, but immediately he supplied unlimited cloth, and Prabhupada describes this, that all these rascals were tired to make Draupadi naked, but they couldn't do anything. They all tried very hard. So these are not some fictitious stories to create an image of Krishna that he is all powerful. It is not as they call it, mythological. This is not something myth. These are all real realizations of the devotees of the Lord who have experienced it. The moment they feel that Krishna is taking care of us, Krishna is taking care. And the moment we feel that I can do it on my own, Krishna says, okay, I have no problem. You can try that also. So this free will given to us, Krishna never intervenes in that. He will never intervene, because he wants us that we develop this love for the Lord without any force being applied from his side. So, like the best example is when a small child is taken care of by the mother, there is no condition given to the mother that the child will take care of you when he will grow up. She don't even know what he is going to do. But 24 hours, whatever he is doing, she is just serving the child. And without any expectation. I am sure no mother grew up a child thinking that when I am old he will take care of me. Then it's not love. So the only relationship that which nears this relationship which we need to be having with Krishna is the relationship of child and the mother, specifically the mother's love for the child. It is unconditional, and despite of all struggles and challenges, 24/7, she keeps serving the child. And that increases her love for the child more and more. So the key is that our purpose should be, the way the mother is glorifying the child, our purpose is to glorify the Lord in totality. That's the only purpose. Then we cannot create any other purpose of our life. If we create any other purpose, then we are on the wrong track. So the only purpose that we have is to continuously glorifying the Lord, continuously hearing about Krishna, continuously chanting his holy name, and this is how we can make our life perfect. And if you don't understand this, if you don't understand that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then it is useless to read Bhagavad-Gita. Then there is no point in reading Bhagavad-Gita. If we can't come to this point where we accept that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is the Supreme Absolute Truth, then it is just useless. Because this is what all the acharyas, all the authorities are trying to bring us to this point where we surrender to the Lord, where we accept Krishna as our master, where we accept that there is no other shelter. Because if we keep thinking that we still have some hope, then there will be unlimited challenges thrown by Maya on us, unlimited. And this is the job of Maya also, to keep throwing situations and make us feel complacent, comfortable in this material world, and where we can start to think a life which is independent of the Lord. But it is not possible. Prabhupada describes in one of the class that whatever arrangement we may make materially, and we may try to become happy, but it is not possible. It is impossible. All the arrangements we have created has only make our lives more and more miserable. Whether we accept it or not, but we can see the way the world is moving, the kind of challenges the world is facing today, the diseases, the wars between the countries, the quality of food which we are taking today. Anything, the relationships, there is nothing called relationships left now. So in all front, our social life, our financial life, our spiritual life, they are all getting more and more degraded. So the only solution is to surrender to Krishna's arrangement and accept that only Krishna can give us a life which we are looking for. Sometimes we try to look for water in the desert. This example we have heard from Srila Prabhupada. So, somebody running for water, looking the mirage as real water, keeps running, and then he dies. But he cannot find water in the desert. So similarly, with any materialistic arrangement or with any materialistic idea, we cannot find the real happiness we are looking for. So it is very important for us to bring this point clear to our mind. So Krishna also explains this mind is our enemy and this mind is our best friend. So it all originates from the mind. Whatever challenges we are feeling today, or whatever obstacles we feel in accepting the supremacy of the Lord, is because of our conditioning in the mind. So somehow, in the association of devotees, we know this Panchang Bhakti, association of devotees, reading Srimad Bhagavatam, chanting of the holy name, residing in the dhātāhaṁ, and doing deity worship. So by this Panchang Bhakti, we can uplift our consciousness, wherein we can come to this point of understanding that Krishna is the supreme controller, Krishna is the maintainer, Krishna is the only protector we have. Otherwise, we have conditioning of so many lifetimes in this mind, where we are conditioned not to accept this. We are conditioned to be depending on the other side, which is not Krishna. This is how this mind is conditioned already. Everything which is against Krishna consciousness is very natural for this world to follow. And everything which is Krishna conscious is so very challenging to follow. So we have to work on this mindset, and like we take this example of monkeys in our seminars, that there were 5 monkeys, the scientists put 5 monkeys in the room and they put a ladder and some bananas on the ladder. And the monkey was tempted to eat the banana. So he tried to go up. And the moment he goes up, the scientists were giving cold water on the remaining monkeys on the ground. So the 4 monkeys who were on the floor were getting very cold water shower in the room. So when the next monkey tried to go up, they all started beating him, because they were feeling the pain, because this stupid, he will enjoy the banana, but we will get this cold water. So they started beating him. Then the next monkey went, the other monkey started beating him, and this continued. And now no monkey is going on the ladder now. Despite the banana is there, the temptation to eat is there, but nobody is trying to go on the ladder. Then the scientists changed the monkey. They remove one monkey from the room and put a new monkey in the room. Now this monkey don't know the rule, so he tried to climb the ladder. And as soon as he tried to climb the ladder, all monkeys started beating him. But this monkey couldn't know what is happening. But after several beatings, he understood that he should not go on the ladder. He doesn't know why, but they were beating him. Then the scientist replaced another old monkey and put another new monkey now. So this new monkey again tried to go up. And now the first monkey who was new also started participated in the beating process. He didn't know why he's doing it. But because he saw everybody is beating, so he also did that. And then the third monkey was replaced, the beating continued. The fourth monkey was replaced, the beating. And finally, all the 5 monkeys were new. And any monkey who goes up the ladder, they will beat. But none of these monkeys had received cold shower even once. So this is how the mindsets are created today in the world. So we just follow the mindsets given to us, and we just keep doing the things even though we don't know why. So everybody thinks that we should have a good education system, we should have a good house, we should have a nice car, we should have a good job or a good business. But this is totally against. Nowhere Krishna is telling this. But somehow this mindset is so deep-rooted in our consciousness that now we accept it. And it is so difficult to uproot it even. It is so difficult to uproot it even. So it is important to be very focused on these teachings of Bhagavad-Gita, Bhagavatam, continuously keep reading this, hearing, reading, continuously should go on. Then one point in time, all what was in there will be out, and it will be fully with nectar in our consciousness, in our mind, with our intelligence, and then we can understand the true purport of the Shastras. Otherwise it is very difficult. We all are sincerely trying, it's not that we are not trying, but that conditioning of so many lifetime and even the society now we are living in is still against the principle of Krishna consciousness, most of the time. So any action we make or any step we take which is against this will be damaging our consciousness. So here Krishna is very mercifully trying to explain this with 4 points. He is using. The first is akṣara. So akṣara means like in every alphabet we have vowels and consonants. So vowels are important. So a is a vowel so no word or alphabet is independent of this. So Krishna is saying, I am that. Like in Sanskrit is called to be the mother of all languages, called Devanagari, because the So Devatas speak this language in the Devlok. So it is called Devanagari language also. And even English or any language you say, there are vowels and consonants. And of that Krishna says akṣara. Akṣara also has a meaning. Akṣara means, kṣara is which cannot be destroyed, which can be destroyed. And akṣara means which cannot be destroyed. Or a-kāra. So this a is Krishna. So every sound, so sound manifestation is coming from Krishna. This is what Krishna says here. Second thing is dvandva. So this is also quite Sanskrit. I am not very much understanding that, but dvandva is like compound. Two words when they are joined. Here Prabhupada is giving the example of rāma-kṛṣṇa. Like there are so many things. We have written other examples here. Harinam. So Harinam is also a dvandva. It is like Hari is one word, Nam is one word. Then so noun and adjective. So there are pitambar. So pitambar is a dvandva which represents something third. So pitambar is Krishna wears it. Pit means yellow, ambar is cloth, and Krishna wears that pitambar cloth. So there are different kind of compounds, and of that the dual compound is Krishna. This is what Krishna says here. And in previous shlokas Krishna says that the subduer time I am. So I am the inexhaustible time. This is what Krishna says. So among all the subduers I am time, and everything in this material world is destructible. Nothing is permanent here, and the time factor deteriorates the thing. So because of the presence of time we feel past, present and future. But in otherwise if you go in Goloka or the spiritual planets, there is nothing like past, present, because there is no moment of time. It is all continuously, Krishna is youthful, there is no old age, there is no death, there is no disease. So it's a different environment there. But in this material world we see that everything gets destroyed with the passage of time, and the function of time is to destroy. And the last thing Krishna says here is dhātā, that is creator. So each universe, as we know, has one Brahma, and Brahma is known to be the creator. Like even Brahma got bewildered thinking this, that I am the creator. And when he once went to see Krishna, and the Dwarpal went and informed Krishna that Brahma has come to see you. And Krishna says that, ask which Brahma is he? So Brahma was very bewildered with this question, that are there other Brahmas? And then Krishna showed him 100-headed Brahma, 1,000, lakhs, million, billion, so many Brahmas with more number of heads. And such is a wonderful creation. So Krishna is the creator of Brahma also. So Brahmaji cannot create Panch Mahabhut. Brahmaji cannot create the jivas, but Krishna, by the mercy of Krishna, he is just utilizing this creation of the Lord to manifest this material world. But the original, the main raw material, as we call, is created by Krishna. So Brahma, independent of Krishna, cannot create. So all living beings are doing some kind of creation, but ultimately the creative energy comes from the Supreme Personality. So for us, I think that whenever we see anything wonderful, we should immediately relate that this is because of Krishna's creative energy. If we don't understand it like that, then we might sometimes be jealous or envious about the qualities of other people around us. But ultimately, every single quality a person possesses comes from the Lord, because He is the creator. Like if we try to be envious, oh, this Prabhu is playing very nice mridanga, but that quality is given by the Lord. So everything we learn, everything we know, matta smritir jnanam apohanam cha, forgetfulness, rememberness, everything comes from the Lord. So this chapter is very important because Krishna is trying to explain himself, so in a way that we can see him in all our activities. Like when we are reading, we can think that every word is Krishna, because he says, I am the A. In all the alphabets of languages, Krishna is present. If we understand it like that, then we can see Krishna. So all the compounds and nouns, whatever are connected, Krishna is present in there. Likewise, everything that is created, we should try to think that it is by the creative energy of the Lord. So this is to change our consciousness. Krishna is doing this to change. Somebody might question that why Krishna is overly glorifying himself. He's trying to tell that nothing is possible without him. So we can take a crude example to understand that. Once in a train, people were traveling, and there was a doctor on the top berth, and a person sleeping on the lower berth got some stomach ache, and he couldn't sleep peacefully on the night, and the person who was doctor saw it. So he came down and asked him, what is the problem? Can I help you? And he said, yes, I have this stomach problem, and he gave him some medicine, and then he was peaceful. So this is something like a causeless mercy which Krishna is doing by explaining his glories to us in the form of Bhagavad-Gita. It is not that Krishna needs it, but it is our requirement to know this wonderful science of Krishna consciousness, so that we can be more conscious about the mercy of the Lord in our routine life. Otherwise it becomes very difficult to appreciate how wonderful Krishna is. So, I think this should be fine. Thank you very much. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So if you have any questions or comments, we can have. This is a small sloka, yes.
Thank you. So Krishna talked a lot of vibhuti, you said vibhuti. But would you say generally for devotees, they should remember Krishna mostly in a personal form?
Yeah.
It's a question. Now, would you say for devotees, rather generally they should remember Krishna in personal form?
Okay. So, good question. Yeah. Okay. So, Prabhu's question is that for devotees, Krishna says that we should remember Krishna in a personal form. Yeah. But here, this opulence doesn't look like that. Right? This is your question.
I guess from your point of view, would you say a devotee should remember? Would you say for devotees they should remember personal form or also different?
Yeah. So, energy and energetic, they are non-different. So, here Krishna is trying to explain His presence in all the creation He has given to us. So, like He says, I am the sun, I am the moon. So, to come to that level of understanding the presence of Krishna everywhere is very, very important. Otherwise, to appreciate the personal form of the Lord is also very difficult, because like when we see the personal form of the Lord in the deity form, people think that it is just an idol. So, these are the opulences of the Lord. So, once we understand these opulences, certainly we have to come to the point where we become the servant of the Lord and worship Him in His personal form. So, but this creation is also His energy. So, like this electricity, this fan is a form, but electricity is not a form. So we cannot see electricity. So here Arjuna is asking a question wherein entire dealing, day in and day out, in the night, he can feel the presence like the taste of the water. He is telling that I am the taste of the water. So we have to drink water every day. There is no choice, we cannot do without doing it. So Krishna is trying to explain His presence in every part of His creation. So that does not mean that it is impersonalism, but it is to realize. This will make us more realized that Krishna is present in the taste of the water. So we are more consciously thinking about association with the Lord each and every moment. So it helps us to glorify the beauty of the creation the Lord has given to us. Maybe somebody else want to comment more to this? But does it make sense? Yes. So Mataji was telling that Krishna says that you can remember me in my personal form with a peacock feather, with a flute in the hand, with pitambar, with cows around. It's like that. Yeah. Thank you. Yes, Prabhu. Can you give this mic? It's okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So God gives us, as you said, glorifying Krishna. It becomes easy because you see His power.
Yes. And then he says that I am not describing all. Even after telling all these wonderful things, he said, I cannot describe my all qualities. This is just few I am mentioning. So such are unlimited qualities. This same question is also asked by Uddhava in Srimad Bhagavatam in 11th canto. Exactly same question. And then Krishna says that I told this to Arjuna and I am repeating it to you. So they are all wonderful devotees, and they are in the category of devotees. For us to be qualifying us to be in the category of devotee, I feel it's too early to qualify ourselves like that. So it is so very important for us to begin to be connected to these simple processes, and then gradually we will be uplifting our understanding more about the Lord as we keep chanting this Hare Krishna mantra, because this is so powerful. This is Yug Dharma. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So this is the Yug Dharma given by Lord Chaitanya. So like there are different mantras Brahmanas were using, but like I wanted to mention that. So this Vishwarup in the 6th canto, I think this pastime is there. Vishwarup was offering yagyas every day, and he was supposed to be giving the benefit to the devatas. But because he was having good with both, so he was also giving to demons. And Indra came to know this. And then he killed Vishwarup. And then his father was angry, and then he did some yagya and wanted to create a person who would kill Indra. But because improper pronunciation of the mantra, I don't remember that, Indra Sakto, something like that is the word. So he wanted to create a person who is enemy of Indra and kills Indra. That was his, but the Sanskrit pronunciation was not proper. So Vritrasur was created, and he was wonderful devotee of the Lord, but Indra killed him. The word of the meaning got changed. So it is very difficult to pronounce these mantras now in Kali Yuga because we don't know the original Sanskrit language. So Lord Chaitanya very mercifully has given this mantra, Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So if we should focus more on chanting this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, the more we chant is more easy for us to understand these purports of Srimad Bhagavad-Gita and Bhagavatam, because it brings our consciousness to the level of surrendering to the teachings of the Lord. Otherwise, we are already too rebellious by nature. All the jivatmas are too rebellious to this system given, and to finish this rebellious nature of us, it is very, very important to take shelter of the holy name. Yeah. Nice point. Thank you. Aham sarvasva prabhu. Krishna is everywhere, yes. Sorry? Drunkard. Prabhuji is telling even a drunkard can feel presence of Krishna if he remembers Krishna. When you are drinking wine, also think of Krishna. Yeah, Prabhupada mentions this, yes, no problem. So important principle is to remember Krishna. That is the principle. That is why these all opulences are given here. Otherwise it is already established that Krishna is Supreme Personality, is accepting it, Arjuna has accepted it, but still is asking more. How can I think of you every moment, every second, wherever I am? So Krishna is mercifully explaining this, and yeah, thank you. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki, Granth Raj Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki.